White men have elevated and exalted their women to be the standard of beauty and femininity to the highest of heights. And that's exactly what they're supposed to do. And they made their world comfortable and peaceful. But just because white men put the women who look like them on a pedestal doesn't mean that they have en masse insulted or belittled the beauty of black women. You didn't learn to hate yourself from white men. Black men taught you to hate yourself. So not only do black men reject black women, they also put white women on a pedestal. And while black men put white women on a pedestal, he attacked the women who look like him. And that is where you learn to hate yourself. They attack your personality. They say you're masculine. They say you have an attitude. And this negativity towards you is living in your house. It's in your schools. It's on your job. It's everywhere, and it's constant, coming directly at us straight from the source. And as you risk your health, whitening your skin, and your mental well-being, you'll still be a black woman. And that is what he's trying to escape. This video is to show black women you've allowed a group of men who have no power in society, a group of men who is the lowest paid, the least educated, and the most incarcerated to convince you that you are not the most beautiful woman on the planet. But once you understand that white men have stripped black men of their manhood and threw them out onto the street for everybody to see, and instead of reclaiming their dignity and competing with white men, they attack you. And the fact that black women are winning in white society, and that's something black men have not been able to accomplish. And if black women are winning in white society, that means that black women are leaving them behind, and that reinforces the fact that they failed. So the attacks are even more diabolical against you.
Which doll is the black doll? And which one is the white doll?
That one.
Which doll is the pretty doll? Which doll is the nice doll? Which doll is the bad doll? Which doll is the ugly doll? Why is that doll ugly?
Because he's black. Dad,
What?
why are you so black?
Because that's how God made me? What?
Why is mommy so white?
Because that's how God made mommy? What's all these questions?
That's why I make.
Yeah, you got best of both worlds, honey. Why?
I'm glad I'm not as black as you.
Bro, I'm not even all that black.
This little boy is about 7 or 8. So why does he see black skin, as he put it, as a negative? Most boys want to grow up to be just like their father, but this kid is happy he's not as black as his father. Is it because he can sense that his father doesn't like his skin, and he projected that hate onto his son? And we know by this short conversation alone that this little boy is never going to date a black girl. Black women, you've been showered with all this beautiful melanin, but you've allowed problematic black men to invalidate it, while the white community can only wish. While the white community is in the lab trying all their scholarly might to duplicate it. And although melanin can't be quantified in the stock market, if it could, it would be worth from $40 to $50 million.
Stars are crystallized blackness. Diamonds are crystallized blackness. Human beings that are melanin rich are diamonds in the rough.
Woo! Woo! Look, y'all better listen up. I'm telling you.
This is science. This is not emotion.
Flow. Melanin, it's not just a pigment that gives us our skin, hair color, eye color. It's actually a complex molecule with unique properties that researchers are discovering could revolutionize the field of bioelectronics. It's super cool. Bioelectronics are a class of medical devices that use electrical signals to interact with our body's biological system. These devices often involve advanced materials like semiconductors or biocompatible materials to help electronic components communicate with living tissues. Melanin is super special because it acts as a semiconductor. It can conduct electricity under certain conditions, and this property has caught people's attention who are considering melanin as a potential material for implantable bioelectronic devices.
So I went to Howard University for their homecoming, and there's this photographer, Steve Hill, and he took a photo of me. I was not ready. I was just walking by. He took it, and I was like, all right, here's my Instagram, and then I went home. Within like the next 24 hours, I got like 30,000 followers or something. It was crazy. And then I got calls from agencies. I got flown out to New York by Next. They signed me that same day. 5 minutes of being signed with them, my agent was like, do you want to go to the casting? I was like, all right, let's go. I mean, it'll be...
Here I am checking in at a hotel, and the lady who's checking me in goes, you're really pretty to be a dark-skinned girl. Usually I don't say anything. I thought about it. I'm like, nah. I told her straight up, that's not a compliment. It's not a compliment at all. She's like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, to be dark like you're really pretty. You saying it again in a different way doesn't make it better. And I told her, that's not a compliment. Like, that to me sounds like a colorist ass statement. You're basically implying that just being pretty isn't associated with being dark skinned. Like, it's two separate things. And I was like, that's not a compliment. Like, at this point, just check me in. You know, I told her it's a colorist statement. It's not a compliment. I'm not taking this shit. It's 2024. Wake the fuck up. And what really baffles me, what really got on my nerve the most was the fact that she was an actually black woman.
And sometimes the hate is even more hurtful when it comes from a black woman. But we have to understand that the attacks on our beauty from black men have been going on for decades. And the woman that she spoke of learned to hate dark skin from the men in her life. White men know that black women are beautiful, but they're loyal to their women and they're not going to embarrass them. And neither will Asian men, Mexican men, Arab men. The only men going to war with their women are black men. It is up to us to explain to our daughters, our nieces, our sisters, and our mothers and aunts, and explain how beautiful and valuable their dark skin is. And remember, we are at war, and these attacks are coming from inside the house. Remember the scene from the original Color Purple? When as soon as Celie, his wife, said that she was leaving him, he immediately started attacking her looks.
You're ugly, you're skinny, you're shaped funny, and you're too scared to open your mouth to people. And nobody crazy enough to marry you. Who you think you is? You can't cuss nobody. Look at you. You're black, you're poor, you're ugly, you're a woman, you're nothing at all.